fellow Guyanese, I've seen many reports and social media posting by Azrin Mohammed and his handlers, in which he continuously make the false claim to suit, of course, his own false narrative that it is the government of Guyana that sanctioned him. Let me be lucidly clear. Azrin Mohammed was sanctioned by the United States government after they would have found evidence strong enough to have OFAC sanctioning him. OFAC sanctioning are not ordinary sanctions. They are sanctions that seek specific measures. Now the question before us, is Azrin Mohammed a national security threat? Is he a security risk for Guyana? And let me be lucidly clear on this also. Yes, he is a risk for Guyana. He is a risk for many reasons. And because he is a risk, the sanctions outline a series of effects that will come about as a result of the sanctions itself. And why is he a security risk to our country? He's a risk to our financial system. I would ask the media and all its handlers to ask the commercial banks why they cannot conduct financial transaction with him. Ask the insurance companies why they cannot conduct transactions with him. Ask the persons who rented his buildings why they had to exit his buildings and cannot conduct financial transactions with him. So, when we speak about national security, we're speaking about the security of our state, our natural resources, our financial system, everything. So, yes, he is a risk to our financial system. Yes, the sanction identified him as a key figure in gold smuggling, defrauding the state of Guyana over $50 million in just about 5 years. So yes, is he a threat, security threat to our financial system? Yes. Is he a threat to our natural resources, credibility and transparency? Yes. Who defined this? Not the government of Guyana. The United States government, in a sanction that did a comprehensive investigation, has identified him as a threat to our financial system, as a threat to our natural resources system. He is also a threat to our diplomacy. And our diplomacy is linked to the defense of our sovereignty and territorial integrity. In those sanctions, the U.S. government has made it very clear that the U.S. government or agencies or businesses cannot conduct business with him. So is he a threat to our diplomacy? Yes. Is our diplomacy linked to our national security? Yes. Is our security linked to our relationship with key allies like the U.S. in defense of our border, Yes, it is. This does not require rocket science. These are the facts. Our national security and the greatest threat is that of Venezuela. Is Azrin Mohammed a threat to the defense of this border against Venezuela? Yes. because our key ally has identified him to the extent that he is sanctioned by them. Let's move on. Let us not be naive about this. This is not about the government of Guyana. This is about our security, architecture, and infrastructure. We know, and we are clear, all of us are clear, about our key partners in the defense of our borders. This is not about politics. This is about our country. This is about our security. And let me be very clear. These investigations were there long before he announced his political ambition or aspirations. These things did not come about yesterday. The congressmen and women, I'm sure, are given brief about every individuals. The government of Guyana don't influence what these people say. They have an entire office, an entire infrastructure that verify, that research, that give them information. That is not the role of the government of Guyana. And if the U.S. has identified potential risk for Guyana, we have a responsibility to address and go deeper to find out what are the linkages to this risk. What are the connections to this risk? What does this risk expose our country to? So the U.S. government has made it clear that they have enough evidence which they're pursuing in relation to this matter. It is not the government that accuse or publicize. It's not the government that publicize Azarine Mohammed linked to gold smuggling, drug trafficking, links to Venezuela, and other illegalities. These accusations and publications was not the government of Guyana. It is Reuters that published an international article in which they claim that they had enough evidence based on their research to link Azarine Mohammed to the things that they identified: gold smuggling, drug trafficking, links to Venezuela, illegality. So, and this was long before he announced his candidacy. So this sympathy narrative, as if the government of Guyana is the entity that is going after him, is totally false. The government of Guyana has a responsibility to secure our country, secure our people, secure our institution, and we are investigating all the links that put our financial system, our natural resources, our borders, our national security, our diplomacy at risk. Because we have to do it, we must do it in keeping with our national interests. And perhaps those who were in charge of the system prior to this government coming in place should also say whether they were aware or they have had information of the risk this individual posed to our national security. They should honestly speak about this. We have no interest in going after, I don't even want to say political lightweight, like Azarine Mohammed. Let me be very clear. It is international agencies, entities, and governments that has made it very clear. Is there an active investigation on Azreen Mohammed, internationally and locally? Yes, we all know this.